Peace, everybody. Peace again. Peace, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Uh, I'm coming to share a little message I got. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a couple of series on this topic. And the topic I basically want to talk about is rich people. About being rich. And if you sit back and look and just ask yourself, we look around, and ask ourselves what's going on around the world. Now, when I speak or talk about the rich man or the rich woman, let me make sure I'm correct. I'm not talking about like the average, 9-to-5 person, your typical doctor, lawyer, just say 100-naire or just say close to a millionaire, because those are some people that we can really just say are still like grounded and rooted. They probably or typically, hopefully, will still have some type of God-fearing inside of them if they was all a God-fearing person from the beginning. Either they became rich and from a humble beginning they may have had, probably along their life, found Christ and became a believer themselves. But if you look at just certain rich people that if you really think about it or just try to understand it, because the Bible speaks on them just saying how rich man is like kind of like separate from like, a poor man. In ways that I'm just, starting to really see with people. And as I've studied and read, it's like, wow, because it seemed like, we just think about all the crazy stuff that's been going on lately where you got the Jay-Z's, you got the Puffy, we could talk about a whole lot of people, but just think about this. And I'm not just directly aiming this message at them. It's just, when you have people like that in general, I can even bring in Oprah, I'm talking about these filthy rich, when they got to a point that just saying like, they don't really even believe in God no more because they got such of a large wealth that they, gotten over years, over times, or wherever how they got it, they got to a point that they really don't believe in God. They'd rather cross over to the dark side and pretty much put their efforts inside of just being a non-believer. So, and I look at it, just seem like, like if you think about it, and this is what I often said, it's just like some of your most struggling and brokest people are who? The people in the church. They go into church every day, paying their tithes, doing whatever. But it seemed like they still struggling. It's just saying like some of the poorest people to this day are some of the biggest God-fearing people, some of your so-called church-going people, but yet and still, they are like among the poorest. And you would think it would be in the opposite of that, of just saying like, man, you would think like, man, if this person praying every day, teaching every day, serving every day, like, you would think wealth would just automatically come to that person, like doors and stuff like this here. But, really the Bible don't kind of say that, Even, I'm telling this one guy, I just said like, the more you accumulate wealth over time, it's like you start not to believe because you look at yourself. Just think about it. We would never see it, but just think about a person that have heard of that has $1 billion. If you can ask some people right now, how much is $1 billion? They can even tell you how many zeros are in the billion. Just ask somebody, how much money is $1 billion? Or what's the last number before you reach $1 billion? A lot of people can't even tell you. Heck, I probably can't even tell you. But just ask somebody. But if you see these people lifestyle, like a lot of these secrets start coming up. Just say for Sean Combs, P. Diddy right now. Puffy's been a billionaire, but a lot of these secrets have started coming out. All the stuff he's doing, this and that. But I don't want to use as the topic. I'm just strictly want to come off from what the Bible tells us. And then as we go on different chapters, then I will start bringing it in. So one thing that what got me is just even to come to when I first, I don't read it. We all pretty much don't read it so many times, but and I said, this is like, I heard a couple of pastors preach on this and tried to flip this scripture and try to say, oh no, it was saying something. No, but I think it was just saying exactly what Yeshua was saying when he talked about it. And it was in Luke 18. Now I'm not gonna I can go through the whole scripture or the whole chapter just about, but it was one point, we all know this, when the one man came up to Yeshua and just said, hey, what can he do? Well, 23, I'm going to just start at Luke 18, verse 23. And we heard this. He was very sorrowful, for he was rich. Because he pretty much asked him, what can I do? And Yeshua said some stuff to him that he didn't want to hear. So, and when so 23 said, when he heard this, he was very sorrowful, and he was very rich. And when Yeshua saw that he was very sorrowful, he said, how hardly shall they that have riches enter into the kingdom of heaven? Now he said, how hardly. And it pretty much just saying how hard it is for those that have riches to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Now listen to what he's saying right now. Then he goes on in verse 25 and said, for it is easier for a camel to go through a needle's eye than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Now, like I said, we can go back and you could hear pastors just say, oh no, the needle's eye was an actual gate that a camel had to bend down to and stuff like this here, to bend down, yada, yada. Yeah, that may be true. But the whole point was just saying, we talking about this rich man. We talking about a rich man, period. Just saying you have a responsibility to do not only with your wealth, but just saying how you can just, with your wealth, you can reach so many people, so many aspects. If you think about it, the Bible's always, especially all in the New Testament, the Bible always tell us to give to the poor, the widow, the bastard child. We are to give back into them, give into them. Even go back, think about like this here. To show you how the true followers were when they first started building the church. In the book of Acts, when they first started building the churches, it got to the point that everybody had got together and everybody brought all their money. And what did they do with this money? They didn't try to make just one person or one or two people richer than everybody else. No, what they did, they divided up all of their money and spread it out to everybody so everybody can be equal. This is in the books of Acts. So they did something that powerful. Now you got to think about it right now. If you was to ask a rich person, a billionaire, a millionaire, if you just spread out your money to so many people that everybody can be equal, would you do that? Heck no. They wouldn't do it. You can ask the average person just saying, hey, if you get your paycheck and you just spread your paycheck out right now so everybody can have the same amount of money. Oh, no. That's an average person. So just to think about how much harder it could be. I even heard one saying about Jay-Z one time that now this dude is a billionaire. He had a cousin that asked him for $50,000, $10,000, $1,000, whatever. That he told him no. No, he may have a reason behind it, but just think about that. A billionaire, somebody asking for $1,000 to $10,000, heck, even a doggone $100,000. That's like nothing to you. But yet and still, if we look at it, look around and it seems like, man, it's like, why it seems like the people that we can all point out and just say, like, I don't see no God in you. I don't think you're a God-fearing person, people, whatever. It's like everything you do pretty much is more on the darker side. But yet and still, it seems like you have the best life. You got all the money, you got the fame and fortune. I don't even want to talk about the fortune, just saying like you just got it going on. But yet and still, I'm sitting here every day and I'm this God-fearing person. I'm praying every day. I'm fasting every day. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm helping out the poor. I'm helping out the widow. I'm helping the sick. And yet and still, and I'm barely making it. And why is that? So You go over to Matthew, the book of Matthew, and this is one chapter when another guy, book of Matthew. You go back over to the book of Matthew. This one, another guy, he pretty much comes up to Yeshua and was saying, "Oh Lord, what can I do to enter into the kingdom or whatever, follow you, whatever." So Yeshua told him at one point, and I'm just paraphrasing a little bit because, I don't want to take too much time on it. We all know this verse. But you got to think about it. The same man, and he was rich too. Yeshua told him, "Go and sell everything that you have and follow me." The man looked at him and pretty much put his head there and turned around and walked off. And he was hurt. Why? Because he was rich. He wanted everything. He had everything. He even told him, all those things you said for me to do or have, I have them already. I just want this, what you're saying right now. And he told him, all you got to do, son, all you got to do, sell everything that you have right now and just follow me. Simple. You asked me a question, I gave you an answer. But the answer that I gave you, you did not want that. So if we look at and study about that, like, man, if you really think about it like that, that is something. He pretty much turned away in sorrow and looked. Even we can find ourselves we can get in trouble because we can always have our eyes on somebody else that got more than us. And we're just mad. Probably we end up getting mad at ourselves. Like, man, I'm over here busting my butt every day, going all this and that, and I turn around and I see this person over here not even doing half enough. I never even heard the word Yahweh or God even come out this person's mouth. But it seemed like this person constantly getting an increase. It seemed like this person or these people got money after money on money on money. They leaving out generational wealth. The kids, they was able to pay for their kids in the Ivy League school, paid it all off. You know what I'm saying? But why? And you talk to them, you know what I'm saying? They don't even, they have, God is nowhere in their family. You go eat over their house, they don't even say a prayer. It's like no fear of God in these people. They look at themselves, I'm just a good person. Or we're just good people. But yet and still, we're sitting here as true believers and just saying, "Oh, well, why not me?" I heard so many people that I just saw them pour in, pour out, and I'm not just saying, to look at Yahweh to just say he's this big old genie, just say, "Oh, if you praise and worship me, you fear me, and I would just increase your bank account," stuff like this. Here, nah, I'm not giving you no prosperity teaching, stuff like this. And I'm not gonna tell you give me 10, I'm gonna give you back 10, 100-fold. Like, no. It's the whole point. But the reason why I'm even saying all this is because I got to and I read this over so many times, but it was just like this one particular time is just like opened my eyes, like, wow, because I heard a guy was just saying, like, it's funny how the Bible lets us know, gives us like a hint, or just show us something, like, like a godless man can have more wealth than a God-fearing man, and it seemed like they could probably almost live a better life than the God-fearing man, and them being an ungodly man. And it just like it didn't make sense. But until after hearing this and just seeing certain things, like I said, been going on TV for so long or lately, I had got to a point of just saying, I read Psalms 73. And I'm going to start with this verse because I ain't got too much time, y'all. I'm just really trying to get into an intro of it. Look, this is Psalms chapter 73, verse 3. Look, this is what David is saying here. He said, "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked." Now that, this whole chapter 73 pretty much break it down about just saying how this ungodly man has wealth, and it shows you how he has an increase in his life. But we are not to look at that man, nor be envious of that man. Because at the end, all that stuff that they building up, because they build themselves up, was just saying like, why should I believe in God when I did all this stuff myself? Got all this stuff by myself, for myself. I did this. I did this. And what I'm talking, what I mean by this. So it says, first said, I was envious at the foolishness when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. So if you look at that word foolishness, so that's telling you right now, these are ungod fearing people. They don't believe in God. What did the fool tell us? For there is no God. So he's telling us right now, these people right now, this is what we said, we see all these filthy rich people and just we hear them talk and they just say, or they ain't gonna say it, but they gonna come out, say they gonna let you know. They're just saying like, oh, I don't believe in the same God that you worship. That's why you had so many celebrities and stars. I mean, these some of the richest of the richest. They got to a point they formed their own religion, Scientologies or whatever. Oprah at one time and just said, I can't believe God is jealous of me. Or it got to be more way to God than just Christ. But this is the foolishness. Because like I say, what did the fool say? There is no God. So, but he said, for I was envious at them at the one time. When I saw the prosperity of the wicked, it's just saying like, how is the wicked, why, and how can the wicked prosper? But the wicked can prosper. The Bible even tell you, even the bad master know how to give out good gifts. So we got to realize as we go on, and I'm slowly but surely break it down and just saying like, wow. It's almost to a point of just saying like, I believe once with this teaching is done, you could be like, you know what, Lord, I just thank you for the little I got right now. I thank you. I used to tell people back in the day, it's just like, I thank God that I didn't make it in sports like I would have done, or I should have done. Because I know it probably did more damage to my life than helped me out. You know what I'm saying? People use what you mean? They're like, yeah, if I was able to get the doggone wealth from just being a pro athlete or a professional comedian or something like this here, and my life at them times back in the day probably would have just been my downfall. I know I would have got to a point that I became foolish in my prosperity. So with that, I'm going to end it. And we will pick it back up soon. Peace and love.